Welcome to The Explainer. This is where we dive into fascinating sources and turn them into clear, dynamic presentations. Today, we're looking up, way up, into the night sky, and our guide is the brilliant work of astronomer Fred Watson. I mean, have you ever done that? Stood outside on a clear night, looked up at all those stars, and just felt completely and totally lost? You're definitely not alone. There's this incredible sense of wonder, for sure, but let's be honest, it can also be a little intimidating. All that vastness. It's literally a universe of questions hanging right over our heads. I just love this quote from the foreword to Watson's book. It perfectly captures his whole approach. And that's exactly what we're hoping to do with this explainer. Think of it as our bridge, inviting you over into that amazing world. So let's start with a really fundamental question, one that gets right to the heart of all our curiosity. I mean, really, why do we bother? It's not like we need the stars to navigate our ships anymore. That problem was solved centuries ago. So why do we still pour so much time, so much money, and so much energy into looking up? Well, one astronomer put it this way, and it stuck with me. He said astronomy is the end product of civilization. It's not about immediate survival, it's something we do once all the basics are covered, something that fulfills a really deep-seated need in the human spirit. And ultimately, that's what it's all about. It satisfies our intense curiosity about our place in the universe on the widest possible scale. It lets us tackle the absolute biggest questions we can possibly ask. Okay, so that covers the why. Let's get into the how. We're going to make the cosmos accessible starting right in your own backyard. And believe me, you do not need a billion-dollar observatory to get started. So what's the best way to get your bearings up there? You might think you need a powerful telescope, but actually the best tool for a beginner is much, much simpler, and it's been around for centuries. It's called a planisphere. Think of it like a pocket guide to the night sky. It's this brilliant little gadget, just two rotating disks that create a perfect map of the heavens right above you. And it's so easy to use. You just rotate the disk to line up the current date with the current time, and bam! That little oval window shows you a map of the entire visible sky. You just hold it up and match the patterns to the real stars. It's that simple. Okay, so this brings us to the next big question for beginners. What gear should you buy first? Now, counterintuitively, a good pair of binoculars is almost always a better investment than a cheap telescope. Seriously, those cheap scopes can be so frustrating with their wobbly mounts and poor optics. Binoculars, on the other hand, give you a great, wide, stable view that's perfect for just scanning the sky and exploring. All right, so we've covered the backyard. Now let's zoom way out and see how the pros do it. How do they get those absolutely stunning, sharp images at the world's greatest observatories? Well, if you've ever seen a picture of one, you know they're always built on these remote mountaintops. The location is chosen with incredible care, and it's all about one thing: getting the clearest possible view by fighting against the challenges of our own planet's atmosphere. So they need a whole bunch of factors to line up perfectly. They need clear, dark skies, way away from city lights. They need high altitude to get above the thickest, most turbulent layers of our air. They're often near the eastern edge of an ocean, and they're built on these streamlined peaks with really smooth airflow. It's that very specific combo that lets them capture the sharpest images of the cosmos. And the instruments themselves? Wow, the precision is just mind-boggling. To give you an idea, the mirror of the Anglo-Australian telescope is so smooth that if you scaled it up to be the size of all of New South Wales, the biggest bump on it would be about the height of a pencil. Just try to wrap your brain around that. It's almost impossible to comprehend. You know, all this stargazing, whether it's from our backyards or from mountaintops, it's not just about looking out. It actually reveals a profound truth about the motion of our own planet, the ground right under our feet. So think about this. We're all hurtling through space right now. At the equator, we're moving at nearly 1,700 kilometers per hour, but we can't feel it at all. So how can we prove it's really happening? Well, a simple camera can make the Earth's rotation stunningly obvious. What you do is point the camera at the night sky and just leave the shutter open all night long. We're talking like 9.5 hours. This long exposure doesn't just capture the stars, it records their apparent movement across the sky. And the result is what's called a star trail photograph. You get these beautiful concentric circles of light. Each one of those streaks, each one of those arcs, is the path a single star traced across the sky over those many hours. But here's the profound part. The stars aren't the ones moving, we are. Those star trails are direct visual proof that we are living on a spinning planet, turning gracefully through the cosmos. I just think that's one of the coolest things ever. Now, this beautiful, profound view is a shared heritage for all of us. But unfortunately, it's a heritage that is becoming increasingly rare for so many people around the world. I want you to really think about this number. Studies show that for 20% of the world's population, that's 1/5 of humanity, the faint, beautiful glow of our own galaxy has been completely erased from the sky by light pollution. But there is some good news. The solution isn't to turn off all the lights. It's actually much simpler. It's just better lighting design. Using fully shielded fixtures that direct light downwards where we need it, instead of spilling it up into the sky. When we do that, we reduce waste, we save energy, and we can reclaim our view of the universe. The universe is out there and it's just waiting to be seen. So I'll leave you with this question. What will you discover when you look up tonight? Because taking that first step to connect with the cosmos, whether it's just with your own eyes, a planisphere, or a pair of binoculars, it's so much easier than you think. The greatest show on Earth is right above your head.